Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a pick a card reading, and I don't know why, but today I feel like doing a bit more of a love reading. And I know that I was like, I'm not doing them anymore. So this one's not going to be like, I'm not sure exactly how it will go, because I'm obviously just going to channel, so we'll see what comes through. But I'm going to be exploring, like, what is your connection to this person? What is your contract, or what is your draw? Why are you so drawn to this person? What is the lesson hidden in this connection? So I'm really going to focus on that aspect. So what are you here to learn? What are they mirroring to you? You know, what can't you see that would really assist you? So yeah. So I'll show you the 3 groups now, and then I'll see you at your timestamp. Hey everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. So I have 3 groups for you to choose from. This one is group 1, 2 and 3. So I'll place the timestamps below, and then I'll see you at your timestamp. Bye. Group 1, this cute little shell. Alright, let's see what is your draw to this person. Give with gratitude and grace. I have the window open because it's really hot, and I'm hoping the audio will be okay. Pray to Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Be loyal to what you love. Open to infinite possibility. Tend to the small things. And Spirit has your back. And then the 9 of Pentacles. The 6 of Wands and the Emperor. Wow, the Emperor's been coming up a lot recently, I've noticed. The Emperor, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, similar, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. Alright, very interesting. So you've got a 5, 6, 7 of Wands, and you've got a 5 to the 6 of Pentacles. You've also got an Ace of Pentacles. So Spirit's giving you an opportunity right now. An opportunity to nurture something, to really grow, to like, if you think of the Ace of Pentacles as like a seed, and there's so much like infinite possibility inherent within this connection, but it's really up to both of you of what you're putting into it every day, you know, how you're taking care of it, how you're showing up. So there's definitely a lot of inherent challenges in this connection, a tendency for both of you, or perhaps more one of you, but I think it's both of you, to kind of get overwhelmed and just like cut and run. Like it might just be, you know, if a conversation gets heated, or if you're having an argument, that all of a sudden one of you's like, I'm done, and just walk out. And you don't kind of like stick around to like work through that overwhelm. And maybe that's a good strategy, but I think it leaves one of you guys feeling pretty much let down or abandoned and alone, yeah. So there's this inner conflict, perhaps like one or both of you have been hurt in the past. And so there's this fear from someone about going public or about being seen in a relationship again. Or they have like this self-worth thing around like, I'm not good enough for you or something. So this is pretty much a defense mechanism that Spirit would like this connection to be able to heal and work through. So whoever the person is, maybe it's both of you, because everything's a mirror at the end of the day. So both of you have some self-worth issues that kind of like lead you to feeling like unfulfilled. And so part of the connection is to really work through that and really see your own inherent value, really. Yeah, it's a lot about nurturance, what you're learning from each other and what you're contractually sort of like decided that you would show up for each other like. It's like, I need to learn to nurture myself and others. And need to learn, how to be with something longer term, because there's this energy of people wanting to just cut and run, cut and run, cut and run. And I think Spirit's like, stay to get more nutrients out of it, because you keep sort of like leaving before you can start to digest the lesson and integrate it. You keep disrupting that natural process of digestion, of integration. So part of that is really like calling upon this warrior like strength inside one or both of you to really like know what your boundaries are. So be clear about that. It's not about pushing yourself beyond what you're comfortable in terms of what your personal boundaries look like, but it's about having the strength to stay in a feeling of discomfort in order for it to transform, in order for it to alchemize. Because if we keep just jumping away from it, we never go through it, we never go into it to see what might lie on the other side. And what lies on the other side is an immense amount of generosity. Give with gratitude and grace. Generosity, forgiveness. It's like, oh my gosh, open to infinite possibility. Exactly. This is what Spirit would like you to do, but there's this huge block. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of scarcity. There's a lot of I'm not enough from both of you, and therefore feeling like just wanting to self-sabotage the connection to avoid being mirrored that they aren't enough or that you aren't enough. That's a huge fear here. So be loyal to what you love, I think this is also talking about being loyal to yourself first, because like that self-abandonment or that self-betrayal is really being mirrored to each other, and you guys, I think, are seeing it as happening. Like you're seeing the other person is betraying you or the other person is abandoning you, but actually it's always happening within our relationship to self first and foremost. Be loyal to what you love. Spirit has your back, and Spirit has your back in this connection as well. And then tend to the small things, Tend to the small things so you don't feel overwhelmed when all of the little things build up. Because there's this, it's about this emperor, this warrior, this leadership, this determination to push beyond where you have already gone, It's time to enter new terrain, new territory, Spirit is saying. Okay, so what have you got to say, Spirit? She just gave you a yes. So, and compromise. Compromise, interesting. Very interesting. What do you want to compromise on? Answered prayer. Surrender and release. So compromise by letting go. Letting go. Alright, we'll do one more card. Just as an ending kind of thing. Oh, you got two. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow's infinite supply. And this is really clear because there was a lot of scarcity issues coming up in that spread just then. And then you also got the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. So I think this is also, this is you expressing yourself like through creative activities, but it's also you expressing yourself within the relationship, perhaps in a creative way. So compromising perhaps how you usually try to get seen and heard, and maybe needing to meet them more halfway and get creative about how you are expressing yourself so that you can feel more heard. Because sometimes when we go into a communication or we go into a, it can turn into a confrontation pretty quickly if we go in there with a blame story or with a shame story or whatever it is. So, compromise and express yourself. Alright, group one, that's all I have. I hope that was helpful for you in some way. And I'll see you soon. Group two, let's do it. Ooh, you got Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. Our Spirit, you see clearly now. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Moth spirit, surrender now. And peacock spirit, let it shine. Alright, and then we have strength. I think there's definitely a Leo. There's quite a few. The Ace of Cups. The Devil. Capricorn. The Hierophant. Taurus. The Hanged One. Neptune, Pisces. The Eight of Cups, also Pisces. The Ten of Swords. The Two of Pentacles. And Justice, which is Libra. So we have Libra, Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus, and Leo. We also have the Ace of Cups, so this can symbolize all three water signs, so Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Okay, so this is a major connection. This is huge energy. We have so much major arcana cards. It's unreal. There's a lot. This is Justice. Yeah, there's a real, okay, lessons around balance, lessons around equal partnership, equal give and take, learning to balance each other. In this connection, I think you are, yeah, it's like that perfect combination. So maybe one person's like really, really hot, the other person's really, really cold. Do you know what I mean? There's this balancing out by your energies when they come together to make something kind of more neutral or kind of more meeting in the middle. You know, it's like opposites attract. This is what I'm feeling with you guys. But there's inherent challenges when two people are opposites. Of course there is. Because there's a lot of different ways of doing things. So I think that it's bringing up a lot of shadow stuff, a lot of shadow emotion, a lot of what has been kept in the dark, because perhaps you haven't met someone who's challenged you so much before. Perhaps you've always partnered with people who confirm who you are rather than challenge who you are, you know? And it's good to challenge who you are. There's strength, there's nourishment that can come from that. There's also a massive abandonment wound in both of you that is both being healed. And yeah, Spirit's saying you have been seeing this clearly recently. And so it's time to sort of step more into a creative power within this relationship and start to weave more of a life that you wish to see. Start to assert yourself more. Start to speak up for yourself around what you do and do not like and what does and does not serve you, and kind of have clearer boundaries so that you feel more like you are weaving your destiny, so you feel more like you have a hand in your destiny, because you often, that Eight of Cups energy, that abandonment energy actually comes from you feeling disempowered in your life, feeling like you do not have influence over your future, feeling like you aren't creating your destiny or weaving a tapestry of your life. So Spirit wants to put you back into more of an experience of like hope. Spirit wants you to feel hope again. That's what it is. So I think this has probably been an experience that's been sort of with you for a while now, and there may have been a lot of different priorities kind of like keeping your attention or keeping you busy, so you haven't really necessarily, surrendered that yet. You haven't really worked through that yet, but Spirit's saying that there's a lot of you are a generous person, but there's also a lot of generosity that wants to come in for you. And as soon as you shine your light, other people can see you for who you are, and you will attract the kind of people that you want. So this isn't so much about this love connection. This is just about your life in general. It's about shining your light so you can attract the people who are actually your people, rather than attracting, like if we shine a false light, we attract false people. We attract fake people, because we're being fake. So, yeah, Spirit's saying, actually this connection is preparing you for a role of leadership. You are so strong, you are really, really strong, and you also have a lot of a sense of fairness and justice in you. You're also comfortable with your shadow side. You're not someone who tries to deny that you have a shadow side or that anyone has a shadow side. I think this is because you've been through immense pain in your life. You've been through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of, real intense abandonment, very real abandonment. We have abandonment issues because we've experienced very real abandonment. But it's the way that we perpetuate that abandonment in our own life that has to stop. Because when we are disempowered, that is what we are doing. We aren't seeing how we are creating these scenarios, how we are attracting these people who will abandon us because we want to confirm a story in our head that we are worthy of abandonment. And the only way that we heal an abandonment wound is when we refuse to ever abandon ourselves. Ourselves. It's not about waiting for no one else to ever abandon you. It's about never abandoning yourself. Again, never. Yeah, and Spirit's saying you know this. Spirit's saying you actually know this already. But it's about actually surrendering to that knowing. Because you're going through an initiation right now. You're going through an initiation into being a spiritual teacher. Okay? Your vibration is like intense. I just feel like, what? Surrender to your destiny. Surrender to the fact you are a teacher, you are a leader. And surrender to how strong you actually are, to the light that you have inside of you. Let that light shine. Be generous, You can be generous because you can trust yourself to have boundaries. And this is the Ace of Cups. This is moving into the world in a new way. Moving into relationships in a new way. Having more of a sense of hopefulness and confidence in yourself that if something rubs you the wrong way, you will speak up about it. You will let them know. And you will have influence. Alright. In terms of if they're inquiring about someone's spirit, do you have anything to say about the lesson of this connection? You got divine timing and new beginnings. And support and body care and dreams. So I think this connection is really teaching you that you have to look after yourself first before you can receive support from anyone else. So this lesson, this lesson is about you learning support, how to support yourself and how to receive support from other people. How to really take care of yourself, I think that this person is showing you how to look after yourself, maybe through them mirroring to you how little they look after themselves and how painful that is to witness. And therefore you're like, actually, I really want to take care of myself. I want to prioritize self-care. Because you know what self-care is at the end of the day? It's just self-respect. When we align our choices with self-respect, they always lead to self-care. They do. So that's what you're learning. You're also learning to create your dreams into reality, exactly, becoming more of the weaver of your own destiny, of your own life. Rather than feeling like life is happening to you, feeling like, hey, I'm a leader. I can really transform really painful experiences, immense pain into something more. I can have a new beginning. Even when I have felt broken to my core, I can live again, I can love again. It's a really beautiful energy, you guys. Alright, one more card. This one. Divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Yeah. I'll leave you with that, group 2. Much love. Thanks for watching this reading. Bye. Hey, group 3. This is your reading. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Overcome any obstacle, Rhino Spirit. Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Interesting. Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And Snake Spirit, time to heal. It's interesting because life is speeding up and yet slow and steady wins the race. So I'm seeing a little bit of like a polarization in your energy field at this time. All right, we'll keep going. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands. So this is the same as time to collaborate. So that's really interesting. Yeah, wow. We have the King of Wands, or the Shaman of Wands. They're just different names in this deck. We have the Queen of Cups. Yes, Queen of Cups. The Four of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The Nine of Swords. The Six of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. Whew. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Alright, so there's definitely a lot of anxiety in this connection, but we just have so much King and Queen energy, it's almost unreal. And we have a really, really, really significant, so we have 3 queens. We have the Queen of Cups, Pentacles, and Swords, and we have 2 kings. We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Interesting. But we also have the 6 and the 4 of Swords with the 9 of Swords. So there's been a lot of anxiety in your connection, perhaps separation I'm seeing for a lot of you, or in the past there was periods of separation, and then there's a lot of disruption in sleep recently, like maybe you haven't been getting very good sleep, or your dreams have been really, really intense or emotional, or you've been really having a lot of dreams about your person a lot at night, and that's been like you've sort of been ruminating on them in the day and then not really sleeping well and all that kind of stuff. But there's this like new perspective coming in, especially with this 4 and the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Swords, sorry. 4 and 6 of Swords, yeah, that's what I want. Because the 4 of Swords is like, whoa, okay, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to see things in a really different way, simply by kind of removing myself a little bit, whether that's, mainly just in our mind, so with our perspective, with our sense of how we're looking at something, or whether that is actually physically, I need to take a few days away from you, or I need to, go on a little holiday or focus on myself for a while, whatever. But the 6 of Swords is like the gift of the highest perspective available to us at any one time. And this is a gift because it's Spirit's perspective. And Spirit always she just always knows, she knows how to kind of hit that soothing button, flip the switch and feel soothed again from this 9 of Swords energy of absolute anxiety, terror. It's terror. It's like I can't even sleep because I can't relax. So this is major, major energy, and Spirit's saying moving into the future, there is this need to actually collaborate with each other to overcome obstacles together instead of creating obstacles for each other. And there's also this real need to see this relationship or this connection as an opportunity to heal your own self. Your own self. Not an opportunity to heal your partner or get busy in what they're doing in their life and their timeline and how they're healing. No. Healing you. Slow and steady wins the race in terms of healing. Yeah, you know what? It's a slow process. I want to know, I'm going to clarify life is speeding up though for you guys, because I'm wondering, I know there's polarity in your field, but I'm wondering, what exactly is speeding up, Spirit? Ooh. Ooh, okay, so you got take action and communicate clearly. And you're going to be able to communicate clearly because of this 4 of Swords and this 6 of Swords. Because the 6 of Swords is Aquarius, and it's also Mercury, the planet. So Aquarius are all about detachment. We're in Aquarius season right now. Doesn't matter, this reading is timeless. However, Aquarius is all about detachment. How can I detach from this situation emotionally so that I can actually get more out of it? And it's a polarity thing, because the opposite of the sister sign of Aquarius is Leo, and Leo is heart energy. Leo is taking things personally, Leo is caring. Leo is heart space. Aquarius is detachment, I'm going to cut off from that caringness so that I can actually like feel better, because sometimes we care too much, and I know this as someone who very much cares too much, and sometimes the lesson is detaching, you know, it actually can be that. And that's the wisdom of the Six of Swords. It's like, how can you remove yourself emotionally, even if it's just for a moment to receive that wisdom, and then get back into it if you need to, you know, get back to that taking it personally and identifying with it and whatever, because I understand it's not an easy thing to do, but it's about moving towards that polarity of whatever energy we occupy less, you know. So for me, I'm very Leo influenced, so I need to move towards Aquarius energy. I need to learn how to have a very high perspective, how to remove my own ego, my own sense of self from a situation so I can see things clearly, remove my heart from a situation, you know, remove how much I literally care from a situation so that I can benefit from the wisdom of what that can offer. And a lot of the time, I can offer a lot of wisdom from my heart space, from how much of my heart that I put into things, you know. But it's about working with both polarities. So communicate clearly and take action. Life is speeding up, so it's time to take action and really communicate clearly. Because this is a very significant connection, you guys. I can't even tell you, like king and queen energy. So a very sort of divine partnership. I think that, so how I would describe this is that the feminine in both of you in this connection, not talking about gender, just talking about feminine energy, the feminine in both of you in this connection needs to be more balanced out, because there's more of the queens than there are of the kings, so we need more queen energy in your connection. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. These three queens sort of represent intuition. This is Queen of Cups. Intuition, emotional intelligence, compassion, really seeing things from another person's perspective and feeling empathy and sympathy for them. Having an open heart, but from a place of power, you know, from a place of, I know what it means to have an open heart. Queen of Swords, protective, you know, she's not gonna be, she knows what her yes and her no is, and she's assertive about it. And I think this is the influence that you definitely need, is more of this Queen of Swords energy in your connection for both of you. You know, both of you need to communicate clearly. And then this Queen of Pentacles, nurture yourself with the King of Pentacles. Yes, nurturance, nourishment, really slowing down. And yeah, slowing down while life is speeding up. Slowing down in terms of slow and steady. How, you know, it's this analogy of a plant I'm seeing again. You know, the Pentacles energy is very much about growth in the physical realm. So if we use an analogy of a plant, you know, we plant a seed. Does it grow straight away? No. Slow and steady wins the race, you know. How can you nurture this relationship? Water it, nourish it, turn the soil over, plant new seeds, harvest what has grown. All of this energy, you know, you need to tend to the garden of your relationship. My God. And then we have the King of Wands. So this is all about passion. Yeah, like take action in terms of your passion. And I think this is taking action passionately towards a future that looks different. You know, you have the power over how your future looks, you do. All right. Now, blessings. Self-acceptance, balance. Yeah, see, the balance is more of femininity in your connection, because I think you're both people who value the masculine. Cool, masculinity is really easy to value in our society, it is. But sometimes the harder thing to do is to value the feminine, to value that emotional vulnerability, that intuition. You know, that real intuition. Intuition, needing to value your intuition. And part of that is self-acceptance. And also part of that is absolute blessings that want to come to you. Really, they do. All right, I'm going to do one more card just to leave you guys with in terms of the lesson of this connection. Cycles and rhythms. Oh, it's my favorite card of all time. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Yeah. Yes. Self-acceptance and balance. Exactly. Balance. balance. Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes you need to take action. Spirit's saying right now, it's time to take action. But slow and steady wins the race. And yet, life is speeding up. So, this is the cycles and rhythms thing. Sometimes life moves fast. Sometimes we need to be okay with the slow and steady. Sometimes we need to take action. Sometimes we need to surrender. Sometimes we need to communicate. Sometimes we need to listen. It's all about that balancing those energies, being in harmony with yourself and with your partner. Okay, thank you, group 3. I really hope that reading assisted you in some way. I enjoyed to channel it. And thanks for spending time on my channel. I'll see y'all soon.